What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, a few weeks ago, we covered the Francis Ngannou pulling up on Tyson Fury et al. And saying, listen, you're lucky that the powers that be exist. Because if these were feudal times, or before, pre-feudal times, yeah? If these were Neanderthal, whatever you want to call it. If these were caveman times, Francis said, you do nothing. Yeah? I'd have clocked you over the head top with a rock, and that would have been a game set and match for you, Tyson. Essentially. That's what Francis said. He said, listen, the powers that be protect you, Tyson, and your family from men like me. The boxing rules, the authorities, Kinahan, Saudi Daddy, all these institutions of this name protect you from me. Yeah? All these institutions enable you, Tyson, to sleep safe at night. Because without them, a man like me could run up in your crib and have it whatever way he wants it with any given individual in that house. That's what he said, word for word. I'm not even ad-libbing there, people. That are the bars, quote for quote, word for word, that Francis, the predator turned prey, Ngannou said. Anyway, Fury's responded to these claims from Ngannou and said the following. Here we go, people, no doubt.
For the reasons of him being so cocky lately, I want him to win, so I can give him a good hiding.
It was essentially like saying that a boxing ring protects you, and if you went outside man to man, he'd have you. He said that at the press conference to you.
Let me tell you, if he comes outside with me, he won't be walking away from me. And that's a fact. What do you think I'm going to do? Let him elbow me and punch me in the face and whatever, grab me and break me arm? He won't be leaving me outside, and I'll tell you that. And he knew that the other night when I told him straight.
Tyson cuts
And
up.
listen, let me tell you something straight from the heart, yeah? I never had as much respect as I do for Turkey Al Sheikh, right? And I got up the other night and punched his cunt right in for him. But I didn't want to cancel another show for Turkey. I've already cancelled one with a cut eye. If I got up and set about him the other night at the press conference, yeah, there'd have been another show cancelled. What happens if he would have got a cut or smashed his jaw or eye socket or whatever? There you go. And I'd have been in big trouble as well. I'd have got done. Well, you probably would. All the big mouths always run to the law when they get it proper. So yeah, I'd been probably on a attempted murder charge or something with a useless tosser. So I'm happy. And I did have the respect for Turkey, and I didn't instigate a good hiding for him.
Tyson, this is combat.
Oh man, I don't care what no one says, yeah. Listen, Fury's a goofball outside of the ring, but his bars, bar for bar, ever since 2001, whenever really. Even think about the David Price one. Bar for bar, yeah, in recent history. Forget about all the other stuff we know about, but bar for bar, who does it better though? Who does it better? David Price, you stiff plumber from Liverpool, this bar. You can't write that, people. You can't script them kind of bars. He was on telly as well. And your GAY lover from Liverpool, Tony Bellend, just mad, and he's on camera, and Tyson's looking at the camera guy. Priceless stuff. The David Hay one as well. Tyson Fury, David Hay, ringside. Yeah? 270 pounds of inside fightedness laying all over you. Yeah? You jacked against Vlad. Who did David Hay? He jacked at cruiserweight as well. Tony Thompson. He jacked against Thompson. He jacked against Vlad. And you'll jack against me, is what Tyson said. So, again, bar for bar, man. No one does it more potently. Even if I don't believe the bars. Yeah? Fury said, oh, I'm not going to wrestle with this guy. I'll do this. I'm not even sure what he was getting at he'd be doing. I'm trying to think, okay, I'm not going to wrestle with him. What would you do then? Because we know you can't really bring punch into a mixed martial arts fight. And even people talk about this street fight business, but I'm yet to see it. I'm yet to see a magical street fighter who can, or a street fighter slash boxer who can, I guess then again though, you could go for the eyes. I've always thought that. I've always thought, well, what happens if a mixed martial arts guy comes for me? I'm digging his eyes clean out of his head. Oops. Yeah? Because, like I said, Fury makes a good point. Well, I made a good point. People get into this thing of, it's, there's laws and there's rules. But ultimately, there's no rules, people. There's only the rules that the powers that be give you. Yeah? And if I'm up against it, your eyes are coming out. Yeah? You can put me in a headlock all you want. These fingers here pop right in your skull and I'm going to dig until I feel mush. That's what you got to do. I told you the other day. Every woman in my family, I say, listen. Yeah? If you're in a predator situation, yeah, you have to act. Well, you got two choices. You can roll over and play dead. Or, if you want to fight, it's the eyes, people. The eyes. People say, oh, I'll grab their balls. Not as, I don't know, man. Eyes are, I believe, the most pivotal part of the body. Yeah? The only way you can defend them are with your hands. I guess you kind of, yeah, I don't know. But the point is, you got to set up a play for the eyes. I don't know, I'm trying to think. How could you do it? Maybe you play possum. You're like, oh yeah, what, you want to get it on? Let me suck you off or something. And then you go to suck him off, get on top of him, and boom! I'm trying to think, what's the best way of doing it? Thumbs, maybe, yeah? Get on top of him, say, yeah, I want to do, let's do cowgirl. Maybe even start doing cowgirl. And then you got to muster some Anunnaki strength inside you to get these thumbs. Maybe start kissing him as well, like, And these thumbs here, kiss him, grab his head, yeah? And then these thumbs, BOOM! And just squish! Until the dude's eyes are just mush. Yeah? You go until you see mush in his face. You don't stop. I want to turn his eyes. Kids have this little putty gel. I turn his eyes to putty gel. Yeah? And even when his eyes turn to putty gel, you start digging it out. I want to see no eyeballs. That's the fact. That's what you go for in your mind. I dig this dude's eyes until there's nothing in there. I've dug out all the white. There's just socket in there. That's the goal. Yeah, dig socket. Dig until you see socket. With no mercy. You must act definitively, people. It's no good politicking. You have to muster every little last piece of energy in your body and dig them eyes. Until there's no more digging to be had. Anyway, I've digressed there, but listen. That's a lesson, people, in self-defense, man. Go for the eyes. You have to set up a play here to get the eyes. If it goes to the ground, it's their eyes. That's what you're looking for. All this boxing and BJJ rubbish, man. And you may end up in a situation where you can't get their eyes, and then you got, right? It's eyes or the nuts. What do they call it? Like micro... In mixed martial arts, I think micro joint. It's something like that, micro joint. You're not allowed to play people's fingers, for example. Yeah? The nuts are hard to get to. If someone's got jeans on, you can't really squeeze the nuts. If you can get the nuts individually and pop them, even that though, I'm not sure how wounding that is. It's the eyes. Yeah, if you get a solid finger in your eye, it's going to at least startle someone. If you can get a good posture and dig them eyes somehow, and just keep, even if someone's from behind, if you can forage for the eyes, man, it's very hard to hold on to someone. But then again, if someone's got you in a choke, then you're going to run out of oxygen. But my thinking is, well, if you're going to run out of oxygen, you might as well do so trying to poke something out. It's no good just laying there. And people say, oh, fight the hands, fight the hands. Fuck the hands. Yeah? If someone's got you rear naked, you're done. Your best hope, your only hope, is to keep foraging back here for some eyeballs. Yeah? In fact, it works out quite nicely. If you look at the angle there. Yeah, you put your hands backwards and just be poking shit. Yeah? Poking hard with bad intentions, people. You've got maybe 20 seconds tops. In your mind, you have to think, I've got 20 seconds to make this play work for me. The worst thing you can do is, people, I guess it's human nature. Okay, the pressure's on my neck, so I'm going to slap the hands, and that's no good. You ain't getting out of that. You got 20 seconds. Slapping the hand and trying to play with his hands, no good. Eyes, people. Eyes, eyes, eyes. And then you can work it out in court. Oh, he dug my eyes out. Oops. That's on you, buddy. Yeah? What's the saying? I'll tell the judge straight, listen, you fucked about and you found out. That's on you, buddy. I can't see my kids no more. Not my problem. No one asked you to bring your BJJ having ass round me, did they? I didn't ask for that. You thought, there's something sweet there. Oh, look, there's YB. I'm going to roll on the floor with him. Now your eye's missing. Now you can't see shit. Who fault that? Not my fault. Yeah? Because some of these mixed martial arts cats, they forget that. I might be smoked though. I'm not denying that. Some dude might get on the floor and twist me up. Maybe. But in the process of that, I'm thinking about the eyes. Yeah? The eyes, people. That's what you focus on. All this other shit. It's exactly that. Unless you're, like, I ain't got no skills in BJJ, so what's that going to do? I could sit here for the next 10 years trying to learn something. No good. I'll just poke your eye out. Or try to. Anyway, but yeah, back to the point here. Fury says about, I don't know what he was getting at. If it was on the street, then I'm not going to let him wrestle me. So what would you let him do? Yeah? Because even if he didn't come to wrestling, he'd kick your legs clean out from you. Bottom line, I think the hardest game to be in is Muay Thai. I don't know why. Them guys, mixed martial arts fighters are hard, yeah, but them Muay Thai cats, man, I don't know. They're that old school. From what I see, it's just nasty. Them guys are nasty, man, and they're all broke as well. Do you know what I mean? Nothing makes someone hungry than be broke. They broke and they vicious. These guys are fighting. Yeah, they get paid and they're probably better than the average guy, but man, anyone can jump on in a UFC situation. Look at Paddy the Baddy, for example. Anyone can jump in that, I believe. Them Thai guys, they with it though. They serious. Yeah, so Ngannou just kicks his legs clean out. Fury ain't got no legs. What's Fury can do? I struggle to see in a street fight or not how you can do something. Yeah, I don't know what Fury would do. Nonetheless, though, I like his bars. Yeah, they sound convincing. If you didn't know nothing, if you was an alien who came down to Earth, yeah, and you knew nothing, you'd listen to that and think, oh, that sound good. Now, before I finish, I do want to say that I've got a video coming soon, and it turns out, yeah, Tyson pulled up on Ngannou at Turkey's house, and Ngannou didn't say nothing. Apparently Ngannou was trying to be all political, which is a bit corny. That's what I've heard. The narrative I've heard is Tyson checked Ngannou at Turkey's, Mohammed bin Turkey's house, and Ngannou was like, whoa, I don't want any trouble, kind of thing. So that's kind of mad. We haven't heard, Ngannou hasn't responded to that allegation, but we know Ngannou isn't in a position still to respond to any allegations. He's still trying to find where his wig's at. There's a song, where's your wig at? Where's your wig at? You best believe it. They wrote that one. Yeah? There's such thing as posthumously after death, yeah? That song was written pre-humously. Yeah? Pre the hummus. Pre the carrot dip in hummus. Them dudes who wrote that song, they knew what was fixing to happen to Francis 20 years ago. They thought, oh damn, his head fixing to get knocked off. Yeah, his head fixing to get knocked where we don't know, or to such an extent that we don't know where it at. Hence, where your head at. That song was dedicated to Francis Ngannou 20 years in the future. Fact, people. There's no doubt about it. The words, people, a lot of conspiracy cats, they look into the words of things. That's one of them ones. Oh, they predicted that, oh look people, the Simpsons predicted that 911 would happen. Yeah, that song predicted Francis Ngannou would get his wig knocked off and he wouldn't know where it is. Yeah, no doubt. Anyway, salute to Tyson Fury for the bars at least, at the very least, even if he would do nothing. Although he did though. Allegedly he did pull up on Ngannou. So he did something. But even if it all kicked, if it all kicked off, yeah, my betting record's not looking too even on. I can't believe people. Even with Fabio Wardley. Like, wow, I'm broke, so I ain't got no coin, but I would have put coin on Fabio. It's just mad. It's mad how even the favourites don't work for. Even the 3-1 favourites somehow end up in a 50-50 life and death war. Could have lost easily. So my odds would be Francis would have smoked Tyson. That's the truth. I mean, how can you look at the evidence and say, oh, in a street fight, Ngannou would get smoked by Tyson? And the thing I think about is Tyson had a 12-round fight in his game and couldn't do nothing. Yes, I have to believe it wasn't the best Tyson Fury, but that's not Ngannou's fault. So even in boxing, even when the powers that be were protecting Tyson Fury, he ain't do nothing. In fact, he got his ass clipped in his own sport. Now I have to believe in a game which is more suited to Francis Ngannou in street fighting, that somehow Tyson would, maybe he'd be on that bare knuckle. Maybe he'd be doing what his dad does, eye gouging and whatnot. Which is, it's a legitimate strategy, man. If you end up in a bind, what are you supposed to do? Yeah? It's no good ending up on your people's shirt, is it? Yeah, I ain't trying to end up on my mum's t-shirt. Yeah? I don't want to be on a t-shirt, so your eyes are going to have to come out. It's just one of them. You understand, people? It's no good having 10 men at your funeral with you on your t-shirt. That's what we know for a fact. It's better some Donny loses eyes clean out of his head than it is you end up square on a t-shirt. Just here, look. Yeah? Rest in peace to YB, who got murkled by some BJJ cat. That's how it can't be, people. That could never be. Yeah? Someone gonna have to lose an eye. Listen, people, if I have to pop some BJJ Donny's eye out, yeah, and he's still holding on, you know what? I'll look up. I'll look down, sorry, from Valhalla. Because that's a warrior's death, yeah? If you're getting choked out and you try to dig some man's eye out and you don't make it there, I'll be looking down from Valhalla and I'll be saying, fair play to dude. Yeah? I poked his eyes clean out and he held on to the choke. That is commitment. You have to salute that. Dead or not. Fair play to him, man. He won. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the bell 100%, no doubt.